going down, Wiz Gang? I hope you guys are excited, because I'm excited. Look, this is the first video since I posted my I'm coming back video, coming back to YouTube video. I told y'all I'm ready. You know what I mean? I don't know how I'm gonna try to at least upload one video a week. I went from making reels to now making full-length haircuts, trying to show you guys everything, making sure I'm getting those angles for you guys so you guys can see how I'm getting these dope cuts. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or expert, you know what I mean? Anybody should be watching YouTube barber tutorials, in my opinion. Even if you see something on my haircuts, be like, I wish you would have hit that. Because at that point, you're furthering your barbering eye. I am trying to give you guys content on the regular. So like I said, I'm at least gonna try to drop one video a week for you guys. You know, I'm getting back in my groove. I'm getting back in that editing and recording process. I'm getting back into being in front of a huge freaking camera. I can record myself on a little cell phone. That ain't nothing. But when you have to record yourself on this ginormous camera, hey man, you guys gotta let me get comfortable, real comfortable. I'm comfortable within myself, but dang, like this is another level, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and lock in on this tutorial. It's a dope tutorial, even though, you know, I'm still trying to get the positioning and angles right. The haircut still came out dope. So guys, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, because again, I'm back. You guys are just glad I'm back. If you guys are an OG Wiz member, leave OG Wiz Gang in the comments below, just so I can give you guys a little heart. Just saying that, man, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. But again, guys, for the new people that are coming, don't forget to subscribe. And I got nothing else to say, so let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Alright, Wiz Gang, so we're going ahead jumping straight into this haircut with my one guard all the way closed. Now, if it was me, I prefer to do it with like a one guard like all the way open, maybe halfway closed, just because I feel like it would keep the waves like a little bit darker and a little bit thicker. But again, he's trying to get a bang for the buck, so he's like, man, lay this stuff down. So client's request, I'm gonna do what the client wants. But right here, brushing everything into place, making sure that I close that crown up, making the waves look as full as I possibly can. And this is his brush. I always recommend to my clients to bring in their own brush, just because it's more sanitary. Now, if my client doesn't bring in his brush, I'm not tripping. I'm not upset or anything like that. I do have brushes on hand that I try to very frequently sanitize. But again, there's nothing more sanitary than a client bringing in his own personal brush. But right here, I'm just doing a little freehand trim, and right here, putting in some hose spray to kind of lock in that hairline and drying it up for him. I kind of like to let it sit for a little second. I feel like it helps it cure, or I don't know, maybe it's just one of those weird things that I believe in. But I kind of just let it sit and jump into his neckline, starting from one point, then starting from another point, connecting the dots, and then on the neckline, like you see right here, basically just taking that neckline as where the darkest point is and connecting it to that around the ear. So you see it right here around the ear. I started from one point, then I jumped to the more of the front sideburn, and kind of started lining up, using my corners to kind of round it off, and then I just connect both of those points together, and that's pretty much it. And again, you're about to see me right here jump into that neckline, like right here, and starting where it's the darkest point and lining it where the around of the ear starts to connect. Now, sometimes I do face my clients back to the mirror just to make sure that the line is completely even on both sides, because I know we've all seen those crooked, like one side is wider than the other. When it comes to the back tapers, it differentiates between how long or short my client's neck is. But basically just give yourself enough room to fade without fading past the occipital bone, because that's when you start to go into the waves and not where that do-rag line stops, basically. All right, and then after I line up the back, I like to go ahead and jump straight into the front after I gave that hairspray some time to sit. Starting in the middle, then working my way to one side, then working my way to the other side. Now, when it comes to the front lineup, I kind of just make sure that blade is straight at all times. Once that blade starts tilting up or down, you know you're starting to get crooked, and you need to adjust. Go back, look at it, and adjust. Right here, I'm basically just pushing that vertical bar to where it's darkest point at. You see me when I'm pulling back just to see how that lineup is looking. And then when it comes to the C-cups, I nudge that corner and then I jump to that sideburn and basically just try to connect the dots as much as possible. Now this side did come up higher. I recommend looking at each side and seeing which side does grow higher. It is completely natural if one side is higher than the other, but it's your job as a professional to match both sides. Even if that other side grows lower, you can only keep it as natural as you can before you just start making things look crooked. Even though you'd be like, well, it's natural, bro. I mean, again, bro, it's crooked. So make sure you do a professional pushback if need be. So right here, we put in our ball line. Now we're jumping into our lever all the way open on the masters. Giving ourselves about a 1/2 inch because it is a taper. We don't need a 1 inch. You know, some more on a fade you would need a 1 inch, but again, this is a small area that we're tapering, so you really only need a 1/2 inch. Right here I got my 1 guard, it was all the way open, and this is the last guard I'm using, so I am fading. I'm not setting in guidelines. I'm not trying to use a 2 guard or a 3 guard. This is the last guard I'm trying to use. Right here I'm all the way closed, and I was just kind of going and blending in as much as possible because you are still gonna have to go to the 1/2 guard to blend it all together 100%. Right here, I have my gammas all the way closed, and I'm nudging at that bottom line little by little, and you just, once you nudge that line, you definitely click that lever. You keep going all the way until you're open. So here it goes again. I'm all the way open, all my masters. Then right here, we're jumping straight into that 1 guard all the way open. Again, fading, we're fading. Trying to blend it into the hair on top, not trying to use any more guards. Right here, it's all the way closed, knocking it down, trying to blend it in as best as I can, because again, we only used the 1 guard all the way closed on top. Like, at that point, why are you still using a 2 and 3 guard? Like, at that point, just try to smooth it out basically by going with the grain like how I did, and trying to blend it all together that way instead of grabbing multiple guards. But right here, again, ball all the way closed, and we're just notching. After we nudge that line, we notch. After we nudge that line, we notch until we're all the way open. All right, now right here we have our 1/2 guard, and I'm kind of doing like a lever play. I never really it's never just a close and an open with me. When it comes to that 1/2 guard, this is my detailing guard because I tried to blend it in as best as possible with my 1 guard all the way open and closed. So this right here is really should be just some cleanup work. And again, it does depend on the texture that you're working with. But right here is the back taper. It's the same exact system, just in a bigger area. That's it. This area should be the easier part. A lot of times it can be harder just because the back taper can have some weird growth patterns. Unlike the sides, it's rare that you're ever going to get like some crazy growth patterns on the sides of the head, but the back of the head you can have some swirls, some calyx, man. It can get pretty ugly back here, but you just got to be patient, looking at the growth patterns, going in the opposite direction that the hair does grow in, so you're always going with the grain, against the grain, my bad, always going against the grain when you are fading. And right here again, I'm just smoothing everything out just like how I did on the sides. But I'll pretty much just let you guys watch from here. Alright you guys, so now that we're done fading everything up, I like to go ahead and touch all the lines back up. You know, sometimes after you get done fading, you get a couple stragglers that are out, so you just got to tidy everything up. And then right here, we're going ahead and cleaning everything up with the razor. Nothing gets closer than that razor. Always make sure you're using that razor, stretching that skin, laying that razor nice and flat so you don't get any nicks all around the ear and everywhere, to kind of get that nice close shave. But here is the before. My guy came in looking rough, needed some saving, like help me. and this is the after, guys. If you guys like this cut, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Like the video if you like the video, because why wouldn't you like the video if you like the video? Go ahead, drop a comment down below. Love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below, whether it's some feedback or whether you guys are just telling me it's a great cut. I love to read you guys' comments, and don't forget to subscribe because we're dropping fire content just like this one. But again, guys, this is Woods, and I'm out.